Life without clear direction is just pointless. If you don't have a clear goal on what you're working towards, then why are you actually doing it in the first place? And for most people in university and most people in their 20s, what they're chasing is freedom. But what actually is freedom? Because if you're just chasing an endless loop of, oh, I want to get better, I want to be able to reach this level of status where I feel complete, what level does that actually mean to you? Because if you continually chase something that doesn't actually there's no hard limit to, you don't actually understand, then what are you actually chasing? Okay, so g'day, my name's Campbell Guthrie. I'm a 1% earner in Australia, and I have been able to understand what freedom is, not because of what I've been able to do, but because of who I've been able to speak to. And you see, over the last 2.5 years, I've built Australia's largest community for future leaders in their 20s. And I've spoken to over 1,076 future leaders, people who are in their 20s, either graduated university, want to be entrepreneurs, want to be business owners, are going to be the next leaders in the entire world. And I've spoken directly to them, and I've understood that freedom for people in their 20s can be defined in just 3 words. And I'm going to walk you through step by step on what this actually looks like, because this is the goal that you're actually chasing, and is the easiest way that I can give to you on how you can achieve it yourself. Cool. So let's go through. Most people think freedom is, buying a mansion, or it's traveling the world. It's enjoying it. It's the Lambos, right? But all that shit is just simply the tip of the iceberg. Everything you see on Instagram, everything that you think that you want, which is just meaningless fluff, like the cars, like the watches, like the money, it's all the tip of the iceberg. What actually is freedom from like that actually makes freedom real, that makes freedom have impact. And it comes down to 3 key words and what we call the PPL method, because it's all about the people, okay? And it's your ability to protect, your ability to provide, and your ability to lead. Because when you have that, when you have the ability to protect, provide, and lead, you can look after your family, the community, and the future. And this is the entire thing, is that this is what you're actually chasing, okay? This is the underlying level, because once you have this, then the Lambo, the mansion, it all doesn't matter, because this is what fucking matters, right? But when you have this, you can have all those meaningless things anyway. This is what it really, really means, though. Okay, so let's break it down. What does actually protect mean? Protect. Okay, this is talking about your physical capability, mindset, time, and relationships. So it's not just going out there and physically protecting for people. It's also about protecting yourself, protecting the people closest to you, and making sure your business works for you and you don't work for your business. All right, this is like your foundational level. Because if you're working in your own business, or you're working in your career, and you don't have the time, you don't have the energy to give back and support your family or the community or even the future, then you don't have the ability to protect. Okay, you haven't protected your time, you haven't protected your energy, right? This is what it means. Cool. So protect is the foundational level of the PPL method. And if you don't have protect, then if you can't protect the people that you love, then you don't really have anything, that you don't really love anything, okay? Because it's your capability that gives protection, right? And allows you to really love something. Because if you can't protect it, then what does that actually mean, right? That's the foundational level. Let's go to the next one. What is provide? Cool. Providing for yourself first, because if you can't provide for yourself, then how are you supposed to provide for your family, your friends, your community, and the future, right? It's all about how you can build resources internally, and then you can distribute it and support everyone that you love, okay? This is opportunities. This is abundance. This is all about getting you in a position where you have the resources, and it's not just money, it's also network. I mean, it's opportunities, right? It's everything that, like, ideally you wish that you had during your upbringing, during your childhood, that you can now provide for your family, for your community, and for the future that you wish you had when you were growing up. Fair? So providing is that second layer, and this is where most people think that, oh, this is where I can buy a Lambo, this is where I can buy, a $50,000 watch. It's not, okay? providing is a shit ton deeper than the meaningless crap that you see on Instagram, right? This is where you can really start providing the opportunities for your family, for yourself that you wish you had, that's going to ultimately allow you to lead. So what is lead? Lead. It means to inspire others, mentor the next wave, like give back, support, teach, right? And it's also, to make high pressure calls, because when you're in your business or when you're in your career, or even with your family, there's going to be times when you're going to need to step up as that leader, take charge, and have a clear direction on where you want to go, right? And without that ability to lead, to communicate effectively, to inspire others, then you don't have freedom. Because during times when it's really, really, really tough, there's going to need to be leaders, and especially for you and your family, and maybe even your community, this is where you need to step up and lead. And I know that most of us have a really big drive to lead or to teach or to mentor or to give back and support the future generation once we've achieved it. Okay. And I know that you're in the same bucket where you've got, you know that you're going to be successful. You don't have a clear direction on how you're going to achieve it yet, but you know, once you get there, once you do that thing that you're really passionate about, you want to be able to teach it to others. You want to help bring up and inspire the younger generation. And that is exactly what freedom is, okay? What leading is. Because when you have all that, when you have the ability to protect, provide, and lead, right? Yourself, which is a foundational level. Once you have that, you then have the ability to protect, provide, and lead your family, the community, and the future, right? And that's what freedom means for people in their 20s. So what I want to leave you with is no matter what you're chasing, whether or not you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to go down your high leverage career, or even if you just want to work at Woolworths, right? It doesn't matter. But what you need to understand is that you're all chasing the same thing. And the reason why that I understand this is because I've been able to host for over 2.5 years the largest community in Australia for future leaders in their 20s. Okay. And what we've also noticed is that people try and achieve freedom without actually building what you need to achieve it, right? And I'll explain this. Is they're trying to go down the entrepreneurial pathway. They're trying to just chase this end goal, chase this meaningless, like Lambo money or buying a watch, buying a mansion money, versus building what you actually need in order to achieve that. And just like freedom it's only the tip of the iceberg. And what I'm trying to say here is that there's only 2 things that you need to do in order to create the success that you're after. Okay. You need to create skills and you need to create resources, because when you have those 2 things, you have your specialized knowledge, you have resources such as money and your network. You then ultimately are able to create leverage. And leverage is what transforms you from just an entrepreneur trying to hustle harder to make a single opportunity work into a business owner, which means that every opportunity you pursue works because you have the skills and you have the resources to make it work, right? This is the biggest difference when entrepreneurs in their 20s, and to be fair, any university in their 20s who wants to achieve the level of success that you're chasing, right? PPL. They're trying to hustle harder in order to try and get to that life that they're after. You need to create leverage to then become the business owner, or at least leverage so you can get the most out of your freedom. Cool. If you want to understand how I did this, how my business partner, Isaac, and I have both been able to create this and get in a position where we can have leverage, I'm going to send you there'll be a card on the screen here. A video that you can go to is the step-by-step process that Isaac and I both followed to get into a position that you can as well, all free right here on YouTube. So I'll see you guys shortly.